Good day, this is Herben and we're going to solve problems for our midterm exam. So this is the topic from probability of random variables. This is the table given, okay? We have the x random variable and the probability p of x. So we have the range as, if we're going to ask about the range of this distribution, the range is x. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this is the range of this probability distribution. And then question, probability of getting numbers between 1 and 4. So in notation, this is greater than or equal to 1, but less than or equal to 4. So we will solve this. The probability is starting from 1, including 1. So we have 3 over 24 plus, if x is 2, p of x is 2 over 24 plus yun 3 is 6 over 24. If x is 4, then p of x is 2 over 24. So we are going to get the sum of p of x. So this will give us 13 over 24. Okay, number 2, probability of getting less than 4. So this is p of x less than 4. Titingnan natin yung p of x corresponding dun sa ating x less than 4, not including 4. So meron tayong dito sa 1, we have 3 over 24. Okay, and then if x is 2, 2 over 24 plus yung 3, yung p of x niya is 6 over 24. So hindi natin include yung 4 kasi probability of getting less than 4 yung ating required. Okay, so we get the sum. This is 11 over 24. Okay, so another example. This is from the topic random variables and its probability distribution. So meron tayong given na x and then sa baba niya is the p of x. So ang tanong dito, what is the sample space? So the sample space is you just look for the x, no? The random variable x. So tingnan natin dito, meron tayong 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the sample space of this distribution is 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So number 2, sample points associated with p of x greater than or equal 0.15 but less than or equal 0.3. So titingin naman tayo dito sa baba, no, sa row na p of x. Tingnan natin yung from 0.15 until 0.3. So starting from 0.15, we have 1, no? So mag-ascending order tayo from lowest to highest. So we have, titingnan natin dito yung 0.15 and this its corresponding x variable, that is 1, no? Ito yon. So we have 1. And then next ng 0.15 is 0.2. 0.2 is 2. Okay. And then next to 0.2, hindi naman 0.1 kasi mas less to. Dapat mas mataas sa 0.2. Okay, we have 0.25. Ito yon. So that is, yung x niya is 0. Isingit lang natin siya dito because we want this in also in ascending order. Then after 0.25, we have 0.3, this one. So we have 4. So the sample points are 0, 1, 2, and 4. Okay, so number 3, sample points associated with p of x less than 0.2. So lahat ng mga numbers less than 0.2 dito sa ating row ng p of x. So we have ito 1, ito no, yung 1. So we have 1. And then what else smaller than 0.2? So this one, 3. So we have the sample points 1 and 3. Okay, so these are problems from the topic binomial distribution. Okay, consider tossing a 6-sided die 4 times. So this will be the number of trials, big N. Determine the probability that the number 3 will appear exactly twice. So this will be the variable x. Okay, so our formula to use is n cn, big N, c small n, or this can be written as n cx, which is the combination formula, where n is the number of trials performed of getting x successes, and then also we will be using for binomial distribution small p, which is the probability of successes or success, and q, small q, as the probability of failure. So dito sa problem natin, we have the number of trials n is equal to 4, and then x is equals to twice, that is 2. And then yung p dito, the probability of success, kasi yung number 3 sa dice or sa die is 1, no? So yung ating die, ganito yung itsura niya. This has 6 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no? And then yung number 3, isang beses lang siya, no, na makikita sa die. So that is 1 out of 6 sides, no? And then the probability of failure, so kung 1 out of 6 yung ating number 3, the failure is 5 out of 6. Pag tinotal natin yung dalawa, that equals to 1. Okay, plugging it to our formula is p of x is equals to n cx times p raised to x times q raised to n minus x. N is 4, c 2, yung x natin 2, times p, that is 1 over 6 raised to 2, times 5 over 6 raised to 4 minus 2. Okay, gamitin natin yung ating calculator. So 4, and then shift, tingnan natin yung may NCR, no? Kasi yung NCN or NCX is also NCR, the combination formula. So nandito siya sa labas ng equal sign, kaya nag-shift tayo para lumabas yan. So that becomes C, and then 2, no, times, meron tayong 1 over 6 close parenthesis raised to 2, and then times 5 over 6 raised to 4 minus 2, we have 2 raised to 2, that is 4 minus 2 is equals to 2. Then press equals. So our answer is 25 over 216. Okay, 8 players are attended the soccer tryouts. What is the probability of only 5 of them will be selected if the probability of selection is 60% and the probability of not being selected is 40%. So we have 8 players, that is the number of trials, no? Or the total number of players, that is big N. So we have 8. And then what is our x? So the probability of only 5 of them, okay, being selected. Okay, so that is 5. And then our p here is the probability of selection is 60%, so we will use the decimal number of 60%, so that is 0.60. Then yung ating Q, so 1 minus 0.60, so that is 40% or 0.40. So pag tinotal nyo to, 0.60 plus 0.40, the total should be 1 or 100%. Okay, so plugging it to our formula, that is probability. P of our x is 5. P of 5 is equals to N, big N is 8, C 5, okay, times P is 0.60 raised to 5, no, our x is 5, times Q, that is 0.40, times N, which is 8, minus x, which is 5. Okay, so sa calculator natin, press equals, so we have 0.28 in 2 decimal places. Or that is 28%. Okay, next problem. The probability that a patient recovers from a rare disease is 30%. If 20 people are known to have contracted this disease, what is the probability of exactly 7 will survive? So our big N here is total number of people, so we have 20. Then we have the X as 7, no? 7 will survive. And then our probability of success that a patient recovers is 30%, or that is 0.30. While yung ating failure is 1 minus 0.30. Okay, because the total probability should be 1. So 1 minus P. So our Q therefore is 0.70. Okay, plugging it to our formula, that is P of X or P of 7, kasi yung X natin is 7, is equals to NCX P times P raised to X times Q raised to N minus X. N is 20, C 7 times P is 0.30 raised to 7 times 0.70 raised to 20 minus 7. Okay, equals, so we have 0.16 in 2 decimal places, or 16.43%. Okay, next problem from the topic normal distribution. 60 job applicants, so we have 60 job applicants took an IQ test and their scores are normally distributed with a mean of 90. Okay, so find the z-score. So meron pa tayong mga given dito. If x bar or x is 82, the standard deviation is 18.5. Okay, so we will be using the formula for z-score. Z is equals to x bar minus mu all over sigma. Okay, our x bar is 82 minus the mean is 90 here, no, 90 minus 90 divided by the standard deviation 18.5. So solving this at our calculator will give us negative 0.43. Okay, so in finding the area, we will be using the z table. Okay, so we have 0.43. Okay, dun sa ating 0.4, titingnan natin sa row. So we have, kasi yung 0.43, that is 0.4 plus 0.03. So ito titingnan natin sa row, ito titingnan natin sa column. Okay, So ating row is 0.4. So dito tayo titingin muna. And then yung 0.03 sa column. So saan sila nag-intersect? Anong number sila nag-intersect? Takihan lang natin ng konti, no? So that is, no, we have 0.1664. Okay, kung saan natapat yung column and row. So that is your answer. So 0.1664. So the area is 0.1664, or in percent, that is 16.64%. Okay, a follow-up question. How many applicants obtained a score greater than or equal to 82 if yung sigma natin is still 18.5? Okay, so we will be using again the formula Z is equals to X bar minus mu over sigma. X bar natin dito sa new problem, which is the follow-up question. So we have 82. Yan yung ating X bar. And yung min natin, gagamitin pa rin natin yung sa original problem na 90. Okay? Over 18.5, which is our standard deviation. So solving this will give us negative 0.43. Okay? So ang tanong dito, how many applicants obtain a score greater than or equal to 82? So our notation here is P, where Z is greater than or equal to yung ating 82, the Z score corresponding to that is negative 0.43. So ito yun, di ba? So i-ano natin, i-draw natin para natin ma-visualize yung area. So the middle is 0. Yung negative 43 dito somewhat here, no? Lakihan lang natin. So sabi dito greater than or equal to negative 43. So greater than, ibig sabihin ang shading sa right side, no? So we shade here, and then also yung buong right side, no? So remember that yung kalahat, ang buo nito is 1, no? The whole area is 1. Yung kalahati niya is 0.5, no? From 0 to the right, kalahati is 0.5. So we will get the area from here. So na kuha na natin siya, that is 0.1664, di ba? Remember, pares lang naman din. So yung kalahati niya from negative 0.43 to 0 is the area is 0.1664, di ba? And then yung kalahati is 0.5. So it means that our area total is area 1 plus area 2. Okay, yung area 1 natin is yung 0.1664 plus yung area 2 is 0.5, di ba? Yung total nito is 0.6664. Pero ang tanong, how many applicants? Okay? From our original problem, meron tayong the total is 60 job applicants, no? So therefore, the number of applicants is area 0.6664 times 60. So this is 66.64% times 60 will give us approximately 40 applicants. So remember that dapat not no whole number because we are talking about people here. So sa calculator natin, no, that is 0.6664 times 60, total 60 applicants. Papansin nyo, ang original sagot niya is 39.984. Pero since we are talking about applicants or people, round it to the nearest whole number. So it becomes approximately 40 applicants. Okay, next problem under normal distribution. What is the probability that an amount from 80,000 pesos to 100,000 pesos will be randomly chosen if the mean is 90,000 pesos with a standard deviation of 10,000 pesos? Okay, again, we will be using the formula z is equals to x bar minus mu over sigma. Okay, meron tayong dalawang ano dito, no, z1 and z2. Okay, so but first yung ating mga given kasi mga big numbers, no. So let's divide them by 1,000, okay? Para mas malit lang yung ating kino-compute. So sa 80,000, so we divide that by 1,000, okay? 80,000 divided by 1,000, so will give us 80. Okay, so divide natin lahat para small numbers lang siya. Okay, yung 80,000 and 100,000, that is x1 and x2. Now we have x bar sub 1 minus mu over sigma, while yung z sub 2 is x bar sub 2 minus mu over sigma. Where yung ating x bar sub 1, this is the x bar sub 1, yung 80,000, ginawa natin siyang 80 minus yung mean, which is 90,000 naging 90 na, no? Ito yung mean natin, no? All over yung ating standard deviation is 10,000 naging nating 10, no? Okay, so 80 minus 90 divided by 10 is negative 1. Sa z2, so we have 100, so 100,000 divided by 1,000 is 100 minus 90. Our mean divided by 10. So this will give us positive 1. Okay, so the probability that an amount from 80 to 100,000, so isabihin kung drawing natin yan, so yung ating negative 1 nandito, positive 1. So it means na between, no, the area in between negative 1 and 1. Area total is equals to area 1 plus area 2. So tingnan natin sa z table yung from 0 to negative 1. Parehas lang naman sila, no? Either positive or negative. Titingnan natin yung 1. Okay, yung 1 is 1.0 at saka 0.00. Okay. So titingnan natin yung number na yon na nag-intersect, kung saan nag-intersect yung 1.0 at saka 0.00. That is 0.3413 sa z table. Okay, since pares lang sila, that is 0.3413 plus ganun din naman yung ito, no? Pares lang naman sila. 0.3413 means our area is 0.6826 or 68.26%. Okay, which is also the probability. Okay, next problem. What is the probability that a randomly selected value from 110 to 130 if the mean is 100 with a standard deviation of 10? Okay, so papansin nyo, meron tayong dalawang x din dito, no? Just like yung previous problem. So therefore we have two z-scores. So we have x sub 1. X sub 1 here is 110 minus the mean is 100 over the standard deviation 10. Okay, so this will give us 1. Okay, so do sa x sub 2 natin, yung ating z2 is 130 minus mean is 100 divided by standard deviation 10. So we will compute this as 3. Okay, so to get the area, we visualize this by drawing a curve, the normal curve. So yung gitna natin 0, yung 1 nandito, 2, and 3. So yung una dito, 1, yung z1 is 1, z2 is 3. So, ibig sabihin, yung area na kinukuha natin is between 1 and 3. So, area total means this is area 1, this is area 2, no? It means that total area is area 2 minus area 1. Okay, at our Z table, area 2, 1, no, titingnan natin yung 1, that is 1.0 and 0.00. Yung area 1 natin is 0.3413. Yung area 2 natin, which is 3, so titingin tayo sa 3.0 at saka 0.00. That is 0.4987. So area 2 is 0.4987 minus yung area 1 natin na 1, 1.0, 0.00, that is 0.3413. So minus 0.3413, no? So at our calculator, it will give us 0.1574 or 15.74%. Okay, next problem is still from the normal distribution. Find the area under the standard normal curve between z negative 3.5 and z is equals to 1. Okay, so mapapansin nyo dito, hindi na tayo magko-compute ng z-score kasi given na yung z. So yung gagawin natin, to visualize, i-drawing natin sila. So the area under the normal curve between those given, so let's say dito yung negative 3.5 and dito yung ating positive 1. So yung area na kinukuha natin is this one, no? So pagitan ng negative 3.5 at 1. Area total, manggagaling yan sa ating Z table, yung area 1. So let this be area 1, this be area 2. Okay, yung negative 3.5, titingnan natin yung 3.5. So wala yung 3.5 dito, no? However, yung 3.5, that is 0.0002. Okay, and then yung ating 1, katulad na nakuha natin kanina, 1.0 and 0.00, that is 0.3413. Okay, so we add this, will give us 0.3415, or in percentage, that is 34.15%. Okay, another problem. The average speed of cars traveling an expressway is 90 kph, while the standard deviation is 7 kph. What was Jesse's velocity if his z-score was 2? Okay, so formula is z x bar minus mu over sigma. So dito, ang given natin yung z, no? So yung z is 2 is equals to, yung ating x bar here is unknown, no? So yung hinahanap natin kasi yung velocity, no? So that is the x bar. Okay, this is the x bar. And then minus yung mean. So the average speed is 90. So minus 90, that is yung ating mu. Yung standard deviation is 7. Okay, 7. So we multiply both sides by 7 para mawala yung denominator natin na 7. Dito, multiply both sides. So 7 times 2 will give us 14 is equals to, dito makakancel, no, sa right side. Matitira is x bar minus 90. Okay, since we are solving x bar, so yung 90 to the other side becomes 90, negative 90 becomes positive 90. Okay, so ibig sabihin our x bar is 14 plus 90 will give us 104 kilometers per hour or kph. So this is our answer. Okay, we got another problem under normal distribution. We have three subjects, tapos given yung ating mean, standard deviation, and the data point x, no? So, sabi dito, which subject did Ben got a higher score from the rest, which subject did Ben got a lower score from the rest, and which subject did Ben got a score closer to the mean. Okay, para ma-solve to, we will be getting the z score for each subject, no? So, yung z niya, applying the formula z x bar minus mu over sigma, makuha natin yung z dito is 4 sa stat. Sa philosophy, this is negative 0.7. Sa PR1, ang z niya is negative 0.47. Okay, so pwede na nating makuha yung A, B, and C. Which subject did Ben got a higher score from the rest? So, titingnan natin yung z, kung saan siya pinakamataas. So, dito sa 4, which is the highest of them all. So, the subject is statistics for letter A. Since it got the highest z score. So, now, sa letter B, which subject did Ben got a lower score? So, titingnan natin yung lowest value among the subjects do sa z. So, the lowest is this one, negative 0.7, no? Mas mababa siya sa negative 0.47 kasi mas farther siya sa 0. Okay. So, the answer in letter B is philosophy. Okay. The lowest z score. Okay, for letter C, which subject did the student Ben got a score closer to the mean? So, sabihin yung ating, kung mag-ano tayo, no, mag-draw tayo, yung mean natin is exactly located at the 0. So, ano yung z-score na malapit dito? Yung 4 natin is the farthest. Now, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yung negative, this is negative 1, no? Yung negative 0.7, pwede siyang nandito, no? Negative 0.7, yung negative 0.47, so malapit siya dito. So, ibig sabihin, itong negative 0.47 is closest to 0. So, our answer here is PR1. Z-score closest to the mean or 0. Okay, this problem is under sampling distribution of the sample means. We have a given table here. We have the x and the corresponding p of x. And then we will be finding the mean, variance, and the standard deviation of the sampling distribution of the sample means. Ngayon, pwede tayo mag-long method using our formula. No? So, we have the mean for the standard deviation, and then the standard deviation is just the square root of the variance. Okay? Pwede tayo mag-long method. Okay? But shorter one is by using scientific calculator. Okay, first we find the mean. The method here using our Casio 991ES or the 570VN is we press mode, no? Dito yung mode, and then select yung stat, which is number 3. Ito no, yung 3. And then select 2, which is 2 variables, 2. Yung merong a plus bx, select that, 2. So, magkakaroon tayo ng dalawang dito, no, column na i-fill up natin using the given. So, first row, 0. Then, press equal para pumasok. Then, 1, 2, hanggang 4. No? Okay. So, that is for the first column. And then, punta tayo sa taas. So, yung sa second row, okay, tapat ng 0, we, key in 0.1. And then, sunod-sunod na yan. For 1, 0.2. Okay. For 2 is 0.3. Okay. for 3, 0.2, and for 4, 0.2. Okay. So remember to check na yung total nating P of X should be 1. Na pagka kinuha natin yung sum ng 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.2, and 0.2, total niyan is 1. Okay? So check nyo maigi kung tama yung ating pinasok ng mga values sa calculator. Okay. So and then next is press AC. Papansin nyo doon sa calculator nyo may nakasulat na stat sa taas. That means na nakasave na yung ating info. Okay, and then next, after pressing AC, press shift, and then hanapin yung button na 1 na meron nakasulat na stat, no? And this, so press 1, may lalabas na ganyan. And then choose 3, press 3 for sum 3. Okay, may mga choices tayo dito. For the mean, so makikita nyo yung kaparehas niya na itsura dito. So remember that P of X, F of X is also Y, no? So itong mean natin, no, makikita nyo sa calculator, this is sum, tapos X bar yan X, tapos yung P of X, di ba sabi natin that is also Y. So hanapin natin ito for the mean. Makita niyan natin sa number 5, no? Parehas siya, di ba? So press 5, then equals. So the mean is 2.2. 2.2 for the mean. Okay. For the variance, so press AC. Again, shift. And then 1. Press 3 also. And then tingnan natin yung katulad niya. Ito ay and then minus, and then yung ating mean raised to 2 lang yan. So it means na yung mean natin, di ba, ang itsura x, y, and then raised to 2. Okay, dapat ganyan. Okay, so yung sa variance natin, summation of x squared y. So ito yun, no? Kita nyo sa 7. So press 7. And then minus, di ba? May minus siya. And then again, shift 1, 3. So yung sa mean natin kanina, di ba, yung summation of x, y, that is 5. Press 5. And then raise to 2. Okay? Raise to 2. So press equals. So our variance is 1.56. Okay, lastly, for the standard deviation is the square root of the variance, no? Kaya so press square root button and then press ans or the answer, yung answer natin kanina, the previous one, which is 1.56. So the square root of 1.56 is 1.25 into decimal places. So this is the shortcut way using our cycle in computing for the mean, variance, and the standard deviation of the sampling distribution of the sample means. Okay, next problem is under probability density function of a continuous random variable. Consider the following function: f of x equals to 2x plus 1 over 42, where x is greater than or equal to 0 but less than or equal to 5. Find probability of x is greater than or equal to 3 but less than or equal to 5. Okay, for our solution here, no, solution. So kunin lang natin yung mga given dito na x. So if x is equal to 3, plug into our function, so that is f of 3 is equals to 2 times 3, di ba? Palitan nyo ng 3 yung x, plus 1 over 42. So this is equal to 2 times 3, 6, plus 1, 7 over 42. Okay, the other one, if x is equals to 5, So that is f of 5 is equals to 2 times 5. So palitan natin ng 5 yung x dun sa function, then plus 1 over 42. So this equals to 2 times 5, 10 plus 1, 11 over 42. Okay, we are finding here the area, no, of this probability. So let us draw para ma-visualize natin. Okay, so we are doing, remember that we are doing this sa first quadrant, no? Okay, so yung ating x is from 0, yung ating origin is 0, and then the maximum value is 5, diba? So we 1, 2, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then our y here, yung ating f of x na nakuha. So yung maximum value dito is 11 over 42. So let this be 1 over 42. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So let's say this is 11 over 42. And then ating 7 over 42. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this will be our 7 over 42. Okay, if x is 3, yung ating f of x is 7 over 42. So dito yung ating kikitang unang point, diba? And then if x is 5, no, this one, x is 5, yung ating f of x is 11 over 42. So yun dito naman yung isa, no? Okay. Okay. So our polygon here is this one. Okay. Now we are going to get the area, no, of this polygon. Okay. So computing for the area, remember that the area formula is 1/2 base times height. Okay, 1/2 yung ating base, yung sa baba niya. So bilang natin kung ilang units yan. So we have 1, no, we have 1, and then we have 2. So it means that it has 2. Okay, so we have the base as 2 times height natin, ito yung height 1. So we have 7 over 42 plus, so we have height 1 and height 2, no? So i-add natin yan. So yung unang height natin is 7 over 42 na nakuha natin dito, yung height 1, and then yung height 2 is 11 over 42. Okay, so the sum of heights, ibig sabihin. So 1/2 base natin is 2 units from 3 to 5, 1, 2. And then our height, dalawa sila. We have height 1, the sum of height 1 and height 2. Yung height 1, 7 over 42. Height 2 is 11 over 42. Okay, sa ating calculator, so that is 1 over 2 or 1/2 times 2 times, so that is yung 7 over 42, and then plus 11 over 42. Okay, our answer here is 3 over 7. Okay, or 0.43. 3 over 7 or 0.43 in 2 decimal places, or that is 43%. Thank you for watching. Hope you have learned from this lesson. This is Sir Bren. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video. I will see you on my next upload. God bless and keep safe.